Prompts have become as important as code of an application. And the way you maintain your code by versioning it and by managing it well, the same way prompts need to be maintained by managing its versions and everything that you do for the codes. In this video, we are going to understand about prompt management and versioning with a nice demo. Let's start without any delay. So let's try to understand what is the meaning of prompt versioning and management and why it is very important, as important as your code management. So whenever you work in an AI application, guys, then prompts will obviously be part of the application, right? So there are two kinds of prompt basically. One is system prompt and one is user prompt, right? System prompt basically tells your AI application this is how you have to behave. For example, the role, the persona, the background information, etc. And user prompt basically ask the real query, the actual queries. Normally what we maintain in our AI application is system prompt because this is what determines how the system behaves. Okay. Now I will take one simple example here of system prompt. One simple example of system prompt could be you are a customer service representative. Okay. You are a CS representative. Take this as an example. Representative. You have to answer user query. Something like this you can take. Now imagine someone comes and adds a smiley here. Just a simple smiley here. Like this. Or let's say someone comes and adds here, you are a cool customer service representative. What has happened just now? The behavior of the system will change because you have changed the tone of your system prompt. And previous prompt, the original prompt was prompt 1 and second prompt is prompt 2. Prompt 2 is more towards cooler side, more towards little casual side, and prompt 1 is more towards formal side. Why this becomes extremely important is in AI application we want to have version control and tracking of who did what in prompting, right? So a good AI application should do few things that I am going to tell you now. First thing is your prompt must be having semantic versioning. So what is the meaning of semantic versioning is? Semantic versioning is something where depending on how much your prompt is changing, you classify your prompt as patch or minor or major. Okay. What is the meaning of patch, minor and major? Suppose in my previous example, my original prompt is called 1.0.0. The first thing, if it changes, that will come under the category of major change. The second number, if it changes, that will come under the category of minor change. And the last number, if it changes, that will come under the category of patching. Patching means you are adding something very small. So imagine here you are adding little bit, let's say persona of the system. So this can come under the category of minor change and this prompt may be called as 1.1.0. So this kind of versioning is called semantic versioning. Suppose you change the prompt entirely, completely. That kind of change will become 2.0.0. And suppose you add very small thing something, that kind of versioning will be 1.0.1. This is called semantic versioning and you do this to understand what is the change that has happened in the prompt. Okay, this should be one feature of your AI application. The second feature of your AI application should be metadata tracking. What is the meaning of metadata tracking? Aman as a user came and changed the system prompt. When did Aman change the system prompt? What was the change notes while changing the prompt? Why the change was done? So here I will write here owner. What is the change that was done in the prompt? Any notes that was provided while changing the prompt. This will be metadata tracking part. The third part that will come into the picture is active version management. What is the meaning of this? Suppose I have many prompt versions. So I gave you example above, right? Suppose I have many versions, version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, but out of these only one will be active, right? Let's say this version is active now, so rest other versions should be passive, should not be active. So you need to understand, you need to have that logic in your code, which version of prompt is active, which version is active. This will decide the functionality of your application, guys. So these are not small things, okay? So understand these. And then fourth thing is audit trials. Who changed what? Audit. So if someone comes, right? So metadata tracking is one thing, audit trial is another thing. Audit trial means who changed what, okay? Related but not totally same thing. And then comes the one more feature is instant rollback capability, which means if I want to go back to the previous prompt anytime, I can go back. This capability must be there in your system, so that if your system starts behaving differently, then you can anytime go back to your previous prompt, right? Now we will go to GitHub. I will show you a project and a demo so that you can understand better. So if you go to GitHub, guys, there is a code here and that name is prompt versioning and management. This is a pretty important project for you if you want to understand how to manage your prompt in production. And first of all, let me walk you through the readme file. So what is prompt versioning? The same things that I told you in theory. Prompt versioning treats prompt like production code, version, documented, testable and rollback capable. Okay. So there could be semantic versioning, there could be metadata tracking, there could be active version management, audit trials and instant rollback capabilities. Okay. Why prompts cause production incidents? Because if you change prompt, non-deterministic output will be there. Hidden coupling prompts have implicit contracts with downstream system format, length, tone, etc. Then silent quality regression. So subtle changes can degrade accuracy. We know this with LLM, right? Subtle changes can, of course, degrade the accuracy. There could be multiple engineers, those can override the prompt and then it will not look very good to the application. Without versioning, you can't identify which change caused an incident, can't roll back and can't maintain audit trials. As I was telling you, major change is behavioral output change that break downstream system. Minor change is capability improvement that don't break system. Patch is something in wording and clarity. So simple one. Now let me first show you the application. Very simple way of running the application again. Let me show you the application and then we will come back to the code. First of all, let me open this. As you can see here, prompt versioning and management, preventing AI production incidents. Treat prompts like code, version, documented, testable, rollback capable. First of all, if you go to this cursor, you will see that inside prompts, there is nothing. So I think there is nothing here, just metadata.json, empty file is there. What I will do is I will create first prompt for you. Okay, so come here and say customer support. In customer support query, I will create my first type. I will create my first prompt. What is my first prompt? So I will copy from here, come here and paste. So I am creating with GPT 3.5 Turbo some characteristics and I am giving who is building the prompt. Aman wrote first prompt. Okay, and create prompt version. At the moment I click on create prompt version, what should happen is here the prompt should get created. So see here, customer support prompt version 1, name is customer support, version is version 1.1. Remember this carefully, this we will use a lot. Okay, version 1.0.0. okay, you are a helpful customer support, whatever I pasted. Model, temperature, tokens, owner Aman, change not, Aman wrote first prompt. This is the date when I'm creating this video, status is active. So that is my one prompt available now in my prompts library. Okay, now go back to the project, go to version history and say refresh list. If you do refresh list, you will see there is a version, there is active, there is Aman, created and change not. Okay, so this is how you are maintaining the version history. You remember here we were talking about who changed when, who changed what and when. Okay, so this is a from the prompt perspective, this is first version, active, created and change not, right? If I come to run prompt and I refresh this, you will see that there is customer support getting selected, active version, and then I can give my user input. For example, hey, where is my order? Okay, and I will say run prompt. This is running in production now, so this is a production simulation. As you can see here, I apologize for inconvenience. To assist you further, could you provide me with your order number so I can look at status of your order? Very nice tone, very nice behavior of the system. Why? Because I have told you are a helpful customer support agent. Provide clear professional response to customer queries. So what you can see here is a very professional kind of response. Version 1, model GPT, temperature, this latency. This is fine. Now what we can do is we can create one more version. Okay, so you are a customer support agent, professional tone to customer query, and be apologetic. Okay, so let me give this and I'll say create prompt version. When I do this, what should happen is here one more version should come. So if you see here 1.0.0, after that 1.0.1. So what is this? This is a patch. Okay, so 1.0.1 and max tokens 100, this is active. And if I go to previous one, right, you will see that this is deprecated now, which means this is new version is active, old version is no more active. Now let's go to our list here and let's refresh it. You will see that new version is active and old version is not active. So I think change notes was same by mistake. Change notes was, yeah, I think same by mistake. So it took same thing. So don't worry, you can change it. So which one is active now? This one is active now. Go to run prompt, refresh it, and it will take active version 1.1. Hey, where is my order? Now I expect slightly different response. I apologize for any inconvenience. To assist you better, can you please provide me with your order number? Fine. This is how you maintain the version history, and this is how you maintain the prompt registry. From here, you can roll back to any of the version. Okay. For example, if I choose select version to activate, if I activate version 1, right, and I click this, it will activate that version, and I can as well deactivate that version. So both the things you can do from here. So what I will do is I will take this version and I will deactivate. Okay, and what I will do is I will take this version and I will activate. So now as you can see, this is reflecting here whatever we did now. Okay, and if we go to our code, you will see that this version has become active, the previous version, and this version is no more active, right? And if I go to run prompt, you will see that now the response will change. Okay, so I just showed you how do you maintain different versions and how do you have that rollback functionality and basically active and deactive functionality. Now one very important part of this video, guys, I will do an incident simulation in front of you and tell you how system breaks. Okay, go to incident simulation, select any prompt. So here I need to refresh, and here enter test input to compare version. So this I don't want to do. I just want to introduce a breaking prompt change. So I'm clicking here. Okay, introduce breaking prompt change. So I clicked now, and I will go back here, and you will see that a new version is getting created here, and this version is active. Okay, this version is gone, this version is gone because I'm introducing a production incident simulation, and the new version is active. What is this new version? Only this thing is changed. Okay, you are a helpful customer support agent. Provide clear professional responses customer inquiry. Important, always respond in all caps and include emojis in your response. So this is intentional. Okay, be extremely casual and use slang. So this is intentionally I am putting like this, because what I want to show you is when this runs, when this new prompt runs, right, then the response of the system will change. Okay, and then what I will do is I will give here some input. Hey, where is my order again, and then compare versions. So what you will see is this is your previous active version output. And what is your previous active version? Version 1.1. What is your new version? This one. And what is your output? You see the response here. Very informal, very slang kind of response, not proper. Hey there, sorry to hear you haven't received your order yet. Drop me your order number, check it out for So it's very informal, it's not proper. So your system behavior has changed. How it has changed? I just introduced a breaking prompt just to show you the simulation. And with original prompt, this is how it works. Okay, this is how it works. So what I will do, since I saw that this is not giving me good result, so I should be capable to roll back to previous version. Okay, so I'll say roll back to previous version. And as you can see, rolled back to version 1.0. Production is now using the previous stable version. Okay, how do we confirm that? So if you come here, version 2.0 has now not using. This is also not using. Version 1 was our active version, which is getting used here. Okay, so this is how you keep track of what is happening, how to roll back, how to simulate an incident, how to see which prompt is running in production. Here is your version history and everything. Here also you can activate or deactivate anything, and here you can create new prompts and you can just add here things that you want. Okay, this is about your application, guys. Very interesting and very important application for you to understand prompt versioning. Now let me walk you through the code. Code is pretty simple. Okay, code is not complicated, I promise you. It's pretty simple. Few files you need to understand. First is prompt store. What is prompt store? Prompt store is nothing but it is responsible for creating your versions, loading version, activating, deactivating, etc. So as you can see here, it will simply go to prompt directory. It will load the metadata. It will save it. Okay, it will just see if the prompts are there. It will list the version. You remember we created prompt in the beginning, so it will create that version that we created in the beginning. Okay, it will load the metadata. It will load which version is active. It will get active version. It will activate the version. It will deprecate the version. All the things that we were doing with versioning basically. Okay, and one supporting file that supports this file is versioning.py. Versioning.py is very simple. It will just parse the version, format it, and get the next version. So if you see here, parse version, so it will take that. So version has three parts, if you remember. 1.0.0, 2.0.0. So this is first part, this is second part, this is third part. Major, minor, patch. Okay, and then it will take the next version. So if not existing version, then return version 1.0.0. Otherwise it will take the parse and it is responsible for getting the next version, to keep it very simple. If it's minor, then it will give you 1 point. See here, if it's major, then it will add 1 in major, like the example I was giving you in theory. If it's minor, it will add 1 in minor. If it's patch, it will add 1 in patch, and then it will tell you the next version of the prompt, that is get next version. And this is compare version. So M1, N1, P1, three parts of the prompt version. Okay, if M1 not equal to M2, return M1 minus M2. If N1 not equal to N2, return N1 minus N2, return P1 minus P2. So basically version comparison is happening here. Okay, so this file is again pretty simple. It supports the prompt, the main file of prompt store. This versioning will support, and then LLM runner is basically taking that and running that. So it will take the new version, whichever version is latest, and call that. Basically LLM model call it is. Okay, so prompt content is nothing but prompt data get content, and it will take the content and it will prepare the full prompt and it will run it. And what is this incident.py? Incident.py will do everything that you did in incident simulation. So it will create a new prompt version, and this is breaking change, introduce force formatting, and as you can see, these are the new things we added. This is breaking content. Okay, so breaking content is something that we added in the original prompt intentionally to break it. So this is your breaking content. This breaking content, originally this is original prompt, and then breaking content will be a addition in that. This is your new version with change note, and then get previous active version it will get, because sometimes you want to compare the output of previous active version in this one. Okay, so it will do that. App.py is your Gradio UI, which is showing you everything. This is simple. Requirement.txt is your requirements file, and readme I already showed you. Git ignore is for ignoring what you don't want to push to Git. Okay, so LLM runner will execute your LLM. Incident.py will simulate the incident for you, and then if you want to see the flow, here I have given you the flow. So the first flow is, we created a prompt. User select prompts and enter input. Run prompt UI. App.py will run this. Prompt store load prompt version. It will get the active version. Run prompt. OpenAI call will happen. When we are calling the model, it will return and then displays the user. This is not with incident. This is normal. Okay. When I am introducing an incident, then prompt will get broken. Current active version, modified version, version 2, the major change, user clicks compare version, original version and previous version will come. This is version 1 output, version 2 output. OpenAI response for both of these, and then side by side comparison. Very simple, whatever I explained you. Okay. So this is all about this video, guys, and if you like these kind of content, keep giving me likes and comments so that I know you are liking the content. Otherwise, how will I know that you are liking the content? See you all in the next video. Wherever you are, stay safe and take care.